Welcome to Career Readiness from Your Couch. Today's professional development topic is resume writing. During this session, you will learn how to identify what content should be included in your resume, how to organize your resume in a way that highlights skills most relevant to the position you are seeking or applying to, and how to write strong bullet points. First, we will start with defining what a resume is. A resume is a one-page highlight of your education, experiences, and skills. This document is used to grab an employer's attention and get you an interview. It should be tailored to each position you apply to. Let's discuss some basic rules on how to create a resume. Always start by opening a blank Microsoft Word document. Please avoid the temptation to use a template. Starting in a blank Word document will save you frustration and headaches later on when you go in to add new experiences or edit your resume. Add your name and contact information and decide what 4 to 5 headings you want to highlight your experiences. Here is a sample of what the beginning of your document should look like. Name and contact information, which should include your address or your school address, your email address, your telephone number, and your LinkedIn URL if you have a fully completed profile. It also includes education, and then whichever heading is most relevant to the position you're applying for. In this example, experience was the first and most relevant heading. Here you can see the most common heading examples. Education, experience, leadership and activities, and skills tend to be the most commonly used, followed by volunteer experience, honors and awards, membership, and athletics. The headings on the right, research experience, publications, field placement and practicum, clinical rotations and certifications, laboratory experience, and technical skills are major specific headings. If you have any of these experiences through your major and area of study, chances are you should include them on your resume. Now let's discuss the order of your headings. You should arrange the headings so that the material most directly relevant to your desired job appears first. For example, if you are applying to become a resident assistant, a position which requires you to ensure an enjoyable living environment or respond to emergencies, the most relevant heading or experience might be your summer position at an overnight camp as a camp counselor, where you did some of the same things, or your growing role in a student organization can also be deemed as relevant. Another example might be that if you are applying to a customer service position, your most relevant experience may be your position as a server at a restaurant. That will be more relevant to that particular position than, let's say, your membership in a student organization. And although your membership is still important, the server experience would be the most relevant to the customer service position. Within each heading, list items in reverse chronological order, which just means present to past. The reason behind putting the most relevant content first is because the average recruiter scans a resume for 6 seconds. You want the most important and relevant information to show up at the top of the page. Now we will discuss what information to include underneath each heading. Education will typically come first for students and recent grads, since it is your degree that has prepared you the most up to this point for that internship or entry-level job. Know the name of your degree. Are you getting a Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, or a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration? Include your GPA if it's above a 3.0. You may also list the GPA of your major if it is higher than your overall GPA. Awards and honors can be included, things like Dean's List, honor societies, or you can create a new heading with awards and honors. Coursework is optional and only recommended if you do not have any relevant internship or work experience. Remember, if you include coursework, include the course names, not the numbers. Experience. This heading may also be called relevant experience, or you can replace the word relevant with your industry. Examples of this would be marketing experience, healthcare experience, professional, work, or internship experience. Include all internships, both paid or unpaid, any jobs, part-time, full-time, summer, student worker positions, and experiences you have gained that are relevant to your major or the industry you're applying to. Relevant experience includes much more than just paid work, such as internships, research projects, volunteer positions, leadership roles, and on-campus activities. Follow this format for every experience you list. Add 3 to 5 bullet points stating what you accomplished in the role. Start each bullet point with a strong action verb. Use numbers to bring your bullet points to life. You can use this formula on how to write a strong bullet point. And you can find a list of action verbs on the Career Center's website. Avoid things like responsible for, and always start with the action verb that would follow responsible for. Think about why you did the function that you did, how you accomplished it, and what happened because of what you did. You want to use the bullet points underneath of your descriptions to back up the skills that you're trying to showcase with evidence and examples. Take a look through the examples shown here to see how these statements transform the skills into bullet points demonstrating those skills. Excellent oral communication skills versus welcome 600 students and their parents to campus during freshman orientation. Both of those statements basically say the same thing, but the latter statement describes it in much more detail and gives tangible information to the person who's reading it. The next most commonly used heading is leadership and activities. This can also be called extracurricular activities, volunteer experience, or simply activities. You will put your leadership roles, your activities, any volunteer events, and club memberships in this section. There is flexibility in the way you structure this section, but remember to stay consistent within each section and list items in reverse chronological order. Also, use bullet points only under titles, positions, or organizations that are relevant to your industry or noteworthy. You do not need a bullet point to explain that you simply attend meetings for a student organization. When writing your skills section, only add skills that an employer in your industry would care about and that you are confident or fluent in. Ask yourself, if I had to use this application my first day on the job, could I use it comfortably? Or if I am asked in the interview to speak in that language, could I do so without hesitation? An example would be to include social media section only if it's relevant to your industry or the position you are applying to, and you're proud of your own social media account. If you're including language skills under your skills section, make sure you quantify it by saying that you're bilingual or able to read and write but not speak. Again, just being comfortable if you were asked to do what is on your resume in an interview. To wrap up, I'm going to go over some do's and don'ts. Do use a professional and legible font. Remember to save your document as a PDF titled with your last name, first name, the company name you're applying to, resume. Stick to one page. This one's a hard one for some students, but if you're an undergraduate student, chances are the most relevant information can fit onto a one-page document. Also, create multiple versions, tailoring each to the position you are applying to. If you're applying in different industries, you can create a resume for each industry that you're applying to. Don'ts. Do not use a Word template or a table. These are really hard to edit when you go back to add information. Do not use personal pronouns such as I or me. Those should not be included in a resume, but can be included in a cover letter. Do not include high school information past your sophomore year. The hope is that you'll have enough content from freshman and sophomore year that you will not need to include high school information. Do not list interests or hobbies, and also do not include a photo. Here are the Career Center's virtual offerings. Appointments can be made using Handshake, which is accessible through the portal under Tools. We are currently offering appointments via Zoom, phone, and email. Email appointments are not recommended and are only suggested for students who have met with and have a working relationship with a counselor. Last, you can see our contact information, including our website, and the best way to reach the Career Center, along with the Career Center staff. We look forward to welcoming you back to campus and into the office. Thank you.